So I've always been a flat pedal rider. Love my free riders, love my impacts. I've always been a 510 guy because traditionally there's never been any grip outside of 510 shoes. Never. Skate shoes go alright, but outside of that, anything that you run on a flat pedal, if it didn't have the stealth rubber, it wasn't. You were better off being clipped in. And these days, there's a little more to choose from, but very little. There's a lot of shoes out there, but there's very little that I would choose over a set of clips. And I don't like clipping in at all. But when it comes to safety, I'd rather be clipped in and risk breaking my leg, not being able to get unclipped, or crashing on my face, not being able to get unclipped in time, than not having any grip whatsoever and destroying my shins, or just getting catapulted because I slipped a pedal and dropped the other pedal, dropped the outside pedal, clipped a rock, and then, you just never know. You never know. So if you don't have good shoes, you're better off being clipped in. That said, don't clip in unless you, I don't know. If you've always clipped in, do your thing. I don't like being clipped in. And I know it's faster. I know that you can go fast and you can just hang on. You can send the roughest stuff when you're clipped in. But I always have the philosophy of dress for the ride, dress for the slide, not the ride. So if I'm going to crash, I don't want to be attached to the bike. So flat pedals. Now, Adidas took over FiveTen quite a while ago, and people have said all over the internet that the grip is not what it used to be, the stealth rubber is not what it used to be, and there's never really been any other options, like I said, to go a different flat pedal that's going to compete with the stealth rubber. Now, some of the stuff's okay. I think the Bontrager grip is okay. The Ride Concepts was garbage, and then they came good. I think their latest release gets way better reviews than their traditional rubber. So I'm eager to try the newest version of the Ride Concepts rubber, see if they're any good. I'm not willing to pay money for them because I think it was $280 or something for my TNTs back 2 or 3 years ago, and they were not good at all. So I wasn't into them at all. There was no grip, and like I said, I'd much rather be clipped in. I'd feel way safer being clipped in than running those shoes, for sure. So 510 impacts and impact Sam Hills. The impact Sam Hill feels a little harder than the standard impact, like a little firmer sole, maybe a little bit less grip because of the firmer sole, but still good. The 510 Impact Pro is good, but just uncomfortable to wear. Like it doesn't feel like it's made for feet. They're like clogs. They feel like clogs. So they're not an option for me. They've got the best toe protection. The Impact Pro has got the best foot protection for sure, except for ankle protection. None of these shoes have ankle protection. I don't know why. Our ankles are susceptible to rocks, crank, chain stay, seat stay, rocker link when you leg up cornering or whatever. Ankles always rubbing against things, and when you crash, it's getting slammed into stuff. So I think we need to start designing, well, not we, I don't design shoes. We need to start seeing shoes with ankle protection. Not too much, because a work boot is really, I hate work boots as well. I ain't going to start on steel cap work shoes. They are garbage. But we need a bit more ankle protection, just a little bit of ankle protection. A little bit like the old Freerider high top would be cool, but not quite as high. It's a little bit more like fashiony kind of stuff, but a little bit of ankle protection and more toe protection would be killer. Now, new Freerider, I'd heard, the rubber's not as good. It's not the same as the old Freeriders, blah, blah, blah. I rode Freeriders for years. Then I went to the Freerider Pro and back to the Impact Pro and back to the Impact, and then when the Impact Pro came out, Impact Pro, and I've had all of them. I've had all the 510 shoes, and my favourites are the standard Impact, so not the Sam Hill. The standard Impact feels a little bit more gooey than the Sam Hill, and the Freerider. the standard Freerider. So the two standard original shoes are still my favourites. The Contact, the VXI, they're all garbage. They're all like no longevity. So the rubber, is the rubber any good? First of all, the shoe is very flexible, so it's easy to wear, it's comfortable to wear, but there's no real support there. There's no stiffness under pedal, so you know, if you're smacking lap after lap after lap in a bike park, maybe your feet will get beat up a little bit because there's not a lot of insulation there. I'd probably say so. If I'm walking all day in them, I can feel that, yeah, there's not a lot of cushion underneath your foot. You could probably put an insert in the shoe, but that's exactly what the old Freerider was. They were known for being like that, and we loved them. We loved the lightness of the shoe, the usability. You could wear it all. You know, you could wear it your dirt jumps, go to dinner with your missus, whatever. You could do whatever, and they kind of look good as well. These are these are dirty, but they always looked good. Now the grip, I think the grip's the same. I think the grip's more or less the same. It might be 95% of what it used to be, but I think it's the same. And the biggest test for that was yesterday, walking around in the mud on slippery rocks. Still got all the confidence in the world. Same confidence as these ones, which is really, really good as well. So I've reviewed these shoes already. This is the Specialized 2FO Roost. Didn't last very long. They don't run true to size. They're very, very small for their size. So I definitely recommend sizing up for anybody who's going to go the 2FO Roost. This is definitely a stiffer shoe. So it's a more racy, more sprinty shoe. Still comfortable, but you have to size up. You have to size up. They might feel alright in the shop, but you give them a week or two's wearing and they'll shrink, and within a month that'll feel like you've got a size too small, at least a size too small. Just cramps your toes, no good. Little bit of toe protection on these ones, not a lot. I think the toe protection should be a little bit more like a steel cap, where it covers the top of your toe a little bit more. Because when you hit a rock, quite often your foot's there. It's not here. If your foot's here, it's usually your pedal that hits the rock. It's when you're pedaling and you're doing these ones, that's when you clip the rock. So it goes boom, and then over the bars, whatever. So better toe protection would be good. Better toe protection in these would be good. But this Freerider is killer. I love it. Comfortable. I don't care that there's not a lot of support underfoot. I've always run minimalist shoes or no shoes when I'm cruising around, walking around, just normal life stuff. So I don't need a lot of support, but on the pedals, I think you do want a little bit more. If you're just hard, it's hard to say. Like, I haven't had an issue with it, but I know that if you were to flog hard, rough laps, and you have especially if you've got a bit of a rough bike, your feet will be killing you at the end of the day. I never have an issue, but I think that is an issue that some people would have. Longevity, that sole's probably going to give me the same longevity as this one, which is not long at all. 6 months I got out of these. This is good. So I got these, and then I bought another pair straight away. So I got a 10 and a 10.5 just to see what the sizes were like. And when I bought these ones at full price, they come on sale like the next day. So I bought another one just to, I don't know, I felt like I still needed to get a sale. So, and I did like the shoes. I'd probably say 6 months to a year out of your grip. So not great longevity, but that's the price you pay to be stuck to your pedals like glue. And I do mean stuck to your pedals like glue. These are, if you got a good set of pedals and stealth rubber, you got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to worry about. If you don't have a good set of pedals or a good set of shoes, I guess approach with caution, proceed with caution. You don't want to crash. You don't want to be blowing your feet out everywhere. I mean, we'll go through it. It's all the learning curve when you start riding and whatnot. But I think you can avoid a lot of that stuff by just running a good shoe straight out the gate. So I wouldn't go the Shimano stuff. I liked the Northwave Clan, not the Tribe, the Clan, which was their softer rubber version. I thought they were quite good. I thought they had quite good grip, but I haven't seen them around. I don't see anybody talking about them. I don't see them on review. I don't see them around at all. So I don't know what happened to them, but they were good. If the new ride concepts are good, let me know. the new ones because the old ones were garbage. They were the shoe quality, the build quality of the Ride Concept shoe was killer, comfortable as hell, good ankle protection on the TNT. That was my favourite shoe out of the Ride Concepts, but no grip. Like, we're building a shoe for mountain biking that doesn't have any grip. It's so dangerous. It's so sketchy. So apparently they've updated it and they're really, really good, but I'm not willing to blow any cash on a Ride Concept shoe until I've tested one and I know that they're grippy. So if you've got the newest version and you think they're good, holler. Yeah, let me know. Have you tested them against the Stealth Rubber or whatever you used to ride? Let me know. But these are killer. These are still killer. Even though Adidas took over and everyone says Adidas have just destroyed the brand, they're still killer. And hopefully they're going to improve and make a shoe with a little more toe protection, a little more ankle, and a little more sole without going full impact. We'll see. Which is the new Freerider Pro, which they've got a new Freerider Pro mid VCS or AVS or something. With a little bit more, and it's got a sock to keep stuff from going into your shoe. So that'll be cool, but yeah, we've got to see availability, and I'll look closer into those shoes and see if they're worthwhile. But let me know what you think of shoes. The Freerider, the Stealth Rubber's still as good as ever. Adidas hasn't destroyed it, so don't stress. But the Slipknot ST is every bit as grippy, but it's a stiffer shoe. But again, no toe protection. The DH version of the Slipknot, the DH version of the Roost 2FO, the Specialized, doesn't really have any more protection. Not really any different. Maybe it's slightly thicker sole, a bit more durability, but the protection's the same.